I don't know if you can hear that. There's definitely something leaking under there. What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Life of a Jobbing Plumber. Not gonna lie, struggling to get content recently, just down to the fact that work has definitely quietened down. I know a lot of you in the comments have asked me how work is and if it's coming in and has it gone quiet, and yeah, it has, 100%. I'm usually booked up two weeks in front with the odd space there for reactive work, but at the minute I'm like 2 days in front, if that. I don't know if it's the time of year, more than likely is. The best way to check if it's the time of the year is if you've got your old diary from last year, then check where you was this time last year, just to see whether you was busy, what you was up to. I mean, it could have been something like, for me, it could have been a bathroom or a renovation job or something like that. That's just kept me busy through what is normally a quiet period. I don't know. But yeah, struggling for content because all I seem to be doing is landlord's checks and boiler servicing or changing taps, changing radiators, rad valves, just stuff like that. But I'll try and keep the content flowing. I'm sorry if some of it is simple stuff like changing a tap and whatever, but unfortunately that's the type of things what's coming in. Boiler repairs are not coming in fast for me. And sometimes when it is, it can just be like a flat expansion vessel. I've shown you these types of things millions of times. I'm not moaning, I'm just making you aware of. I'm so glad I went down to 1 day a week with content just for now. The idea of going to 1 day a week was to try and get ahead of myself with the content, and I had done that, but I haven't filmed for the past 2 weeks now, and obviously you start eating away at that content you had in front. So hopefully something juicy will come in and I'll be able to get some decent footage for you. Anyway, this one is random jobs over different days. Try and chuck an episode together for you. So I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and consider subscribing if you haven't done already. And I'll catch you on the next one. Right, this one we've got to change is, well, as you can see, it's a running tap rather than a dripping one. Customer's got themselves a new one. Oh, it's coming in. Oh my god, no. This isn't a pop-up one, is it? Hopefully they won't want that changing. It has been a pop-up one, because we feel the hole in the back of the tap. I'm guessing they'll want to keep the pennies down. Waste. I'll try and convince them to keep that as well. It's already on flexes. Nice and crusty up there. Let's get the water off as soon as there's no valves on this. Belting. It's on a combi, so that cold water main shut off will be enough. Let that trickle out. I'm going to be using today's tools tap set. If those haven't seen it before, it's about 50 quid for these 2 sets. So you get ratchet, extensions, knuckle piece, crow's feet for your bath and basin taps, box spanners for your bath and basin taps, and there's 4 of these socket sets. Can't remember what sizes they are, but the most common sizes for monoblock taps. You pay an extra 12 quid or 10 quid, I think, for this set, but it all connects onto that lot, so 60 quid for that lot. And I find it works perfectly. People say, get the Tapex kit. I've had the Tapex kit. I gave the Tapex kit away on a YouTube 1K giveaway, because to prove a point of you can manage with just this, you can actually manage with just box spanners, but this is considerably cheaper because I believe it's about 160 quid now for the Tapex kit. Right, that's now stopped running, so get some spanners out and disconnect these two flexes off here. I'll just crack them off, got a towel down ready because this will leak out a little bit. Hopefully not too much. Yeah, stopping now. So I'm just eating these towels, I know, because it's nice on my knees. So it'll soon dry up anyway, whatever's left. We'll try and get that crusty bolt off now. So it's an 11mm because I've just put that socket on to test it. And get that onto there, like that. It's difficult filming and doing this. Oh, gone. Belting. That's always best case scenario when it comes out like that. Hold on out. I'm sure they're identical then. So just hand tightened our flexes in. Obviously the one with red on it is going to be the hot, and put our mounting bar in, and then we're going to connect the horseshoe washers and the bolt underneath the tap after I've dropped this through that hole there. So the hardest part now is getting these all on with, well, sometimes one hand. Sometimes you have a chance to use two hands, but I'm definitely not going to be able to film it. Right, so I've got that started now. I'm just going to hand tighten it up. I'll give it a nip up with the ratchet and socket set. Flex is on now. These are iron to coppers, these, so they're already got a flat face on them, so they won't cut into that washer there. I'm going to hand tighten them on. So yeah, once you've got it hand tight, you're just going to nip it up, not too tight. It's on a rubber washer, so you don't need too much. Check taps off, I'm going to turn water back on. Beautiful. Just check for any leaks. Lovely. I actually changed 3 taps there, but I couldn't even really film one. Plus there's only so much tap changing, monoblock tap changing content you can get. But it's a nice bit of scrap there. What do you call it? Scrap? Tat? I don't know. What do you call your scrap metal you collect off jobs? Right, this next one we've been called out to is boiler constantly losing pressure. Now I've just come in the bathroom to check, inspect pipework and stuff. I replaced these radiators, but I don't know if you can hear that. There's definitely something leaking under there. Someone's apparently screwed this down only yesterday and glued the lino down. Mint. There we go. Let's see if we can get that board up. Handyman's done this. Handyman. There we go. Got it twice. Bullseye on 2 parts. At least there's loads of play on this. Well, at least you know the system's empty now. Oh God. Bullseye straight through. On both. Not a bad little job for an emergency call out. Well, my initial call was the boiler won't hold its pressure. As soon as she filled it up, it was losing it, which I suppose makes sense. Yeah, and then thought I'll go and check around the radiator, see if I can see any leaks or anything like that. And when I went in the bathroom, I could hear it hissing. And that's when she said, I said, I can hear something hissing under this floor. And that's when she said, well, the handyman was here yesterday, put some screws in, screwed the floor back down and glued the lino down. I'll bloody kill him. Was this her exact words? Oh, man. I'm going to obviously press this in position because they're going to have to put a new board down. Just want some sort of 2B1 putting on that side to catch it. You don't want to cement these pipes in, they'll never be accessible ever again. But my concern is, will I get a normal coupling on? Is there going to be enough movement to get that on? I don't think so. Probably going to have to use a slip coupling. Right, so that one end to be normal coupling, as you can see. Perfect. The other end's going to be a slip. So what I want to do is put a mark on it beforehand, so I know exactly where to pull this back to. Let's put that on there, and that mark is halfway along that joint. So slide this down and do it one-handed, probably not. To there. Right, let's see if I can get the press gun in now and press that up. Right, with a bit of luck, that should be job sorted. Providing he hasn't put any more screws in anywhere else. Oh, grim. Grim. So there's no movement either way on them two. So I'm probably going to have to use my last slip coupling on that, if I can get the press gun in, that is. Oh, it's going to be hard work. So clean that up. I've put my mark on. There it is. Oh, I was trying to press that up in there. There's no way I'm going to get to it with door on though. I have to take the door off. Right, 2 slip couplings later, and a single coupling. Looks absolutely atrocious, but I can't believe I missed that one. Let's get some pressure back in, again. I'm walking away if there's any more. Right, 1.2 bar, 1.3, that'll do for now. I'll go around bleeding the system and I'll shut that radiator off before I started filling up, so I can top up some inhibitor in it, because there'll be nothing left in this system now. Just put the heating on now. Just trying to fire up so much air in the system though still. Hopefully it'll clear itself out the AAV or force it to one of the radiators. Right, heating's back up and running. Door's back on. Don't know whether to put this lino back down or not, because it's a trip hazard either way. Can't believe I didn't bloody rip it. And that we'll have to do. Someone else will have to sort out the patching up. That's what we took out. There's the other one. Hit that twice as well. Next one we're at is Handyman room thermostat, but the display on the actual thermostat itself has started to lose its digits, which is quite common on Honeywell ones. You can take them to pieces, and it's not Honeywell obviously, but you can take them to pieces and warm them up with a hairdryer, warm the board up and the screen up at the back, and it does give it a new lease of life. But from when I've done it in the past, it's only lasted a matter of months and ended up coming back, swapping it. So yeah, it's a nice easy job when it's already got a wireless thermostat in. We just need to, and on a combi, but we just need to get the power isolated. To which, I don't even think it has a fuse spare up here, this one, looking at that. To trace that cable back, which looks like it's going downstairs. And shut the power off. And we can flick that box off and replace it with this. I don't mind changing thermostats. The hardest part of it is explaining to the customer how to use the new one when they're elderly. Right, I've got the power isolated. It's just below the boiler. I suspect this has been, I don't know, a conversion at some point. So to get these Honeywell ones off, you rip off the tape, and underneath here there's a little point to push your flathead. You push it up inside and the front should flick off. Beautiful. Right, so we've got our live and neutral. This is basic for anyone who knows it already, but obviously we've got live and neutral on the new one. So that brighter white cable is going to be going back into there. And then we've got a navy blue and another brown into A and B, which if you look at A and B on that little diagram there, that's our switches to on. So on the EPH it's 3 and 2. You don't use number 1 at all. And it doesn't matter which way around you get them, because at the end of the day it's just a switch. So undo all this off here, M2 screws, chuck that on there. So I've just knocked out, well, they're like these little cable knockouts. So I can run it through at the bottom there. I've done the live and neutral first. Left this one still in just so I didn't get mixed up really. Although I could just look back on the video and the cables are quite clearly different colours. So that's them wired in now. I'm just going to get a Wago and link them two earths together to continue the circuit. So even though it doesn't need an earth because it's a plastic back box, I've said this before, if you used to snip that cable and you had no earth connected, would you have any protection? I don't really know. But yeah, we'll link them two earths together. And any electrician will tell you that you shouldn't have any bare cables on show, so make sure you cut them to the right length, and your twin part of the isolation needs to be inside the actual box itself. You don't want to see any single core, I don't even know how you call it, I'm no electrician, but just no bits. Yeah, I don't want to see just a single strand hanging out the bottom of the back box like that. That won't be right. So I lost my ergo strip, which I was severely peed off about, actually changing one of these. And I think it was on that job anyway, but I'm not sure. They're now 50 quid. When I bought it, it was 25. I bought this off Temu, believe it or not. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. And yeah, it does a good job. Thought I'd give it a shot because it was only 8 quid. Like I said, Nipex ergo strips now are 50. I wish I had it back. I do miss it because there's a lot of money to lose. So that's our earth linked together. I took this in this bottom left hand corner where there's a void at the back of the front cover, and it locks on top. There's a little screw underneath. That's decided to fall back out since I pushed that earth on. So I'll tidy that up and get a couple of clips. Maybe up here, just holding it in position. Right, that's that done and on now. Get this reminiscence of a wasp's nest. It's only a tiny one, this, but they're weird. I believe they're made out of chewed up wood and spit wasp spit or saliva to be correct scientific terms. Right, so that's our power back on. Just waiting for this. I've put a demand on. Just waiting for this to talk to connect together. They are already paired out the box, but first connection takes about a minute. It'll flash green. Well, it'll go to solid green when it's paired together. There we go. We've got demand. Make sure it's all working. Knock that off. Perfect. Now for the client demonstration. Absolute best bit. My most favourite bit of doing this job.